Hello everyone, welcome to Jurisedge Academy. Today we are going to talk about another very important recent judgment of the Supreme Court. Now, before starting the video, I want to ask you something. We are making one very important judgment or event analysis each and every week. How you people are taking it? आपको help हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है? क्या changes करना है उस videos में? Do let us know in the comment box. We are eagerly wanting to listen from you. Now let's start today's video. In this video, we are going to talk about the death penalty and mitigating factors in relation to death penalty. Now, whether the mitigating factors should be considered from the trial stage or not, that would be the main topic of consideration for today's case analysis video. So please stay till the very end because it would be very interesting and new development that has been pronounced by the Supreme Court that we're going to discuss today in this video. Having said that, let's proceed with the facts. Now, as you know, the criminal cases के facts बहुत important होते हैं. उसमें fingerprints, footprints, DNA, material evidences all are very vital in relation to the conviction of an individual. And that's why we're not going to get into too much in detail about all those material facts. What we are going to do, we are just going to get the facts for our own case analysis. तो अगर मैं आपको ब्रीफ फैक्ट्स बोलूं, there are three individuals, Neha, Rahul and Manoj. These people are convicted under section 302, section 397 and section 449. They have committed robbery and also they have committed murder. And now this particular case has approached the Supreme Court, but before that this case has gone to trial court and high court. So before getting into the Supreme Court, हम लोग पहले ट्रायल कोर्ट का फाइंडिंग देखेंगे, उसके बाद हाई कोर्ट का देखेंगे एंड देन वी विल मूव टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट एंड डिस्कसिंग द सब्सटेंशियल क्वेश्चन ऑफ एवोल्यूशन. नाउ फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द ट्रायल कोर्ट फाइंडिंग. नाउ ट्रायल कोर्ट में जब ये केस पहुंचा, ट्रायल कोर्ट आफ्टर कंसीडरिंग ऑल द मटेरियल एविडेंसेस, डीएनए, फिंगरप्रिंट्स एंड फुटप्रिंट्स, दे कंसीडर्ड दैट दे वर राइटली कन्विक्टेड अंडर सेक्शन 302 एंड ट्रायल कोर्ट imposed death penalty on them. Also, they were charged under section 25 and 27 of the Arms Act. Now, उसके बाद ये appellant they approached the High Court, and High Court again confirmed what the trial court has found out, and High Court also said that this case is perfectly fitting into the bucket of rarest of the rare doctrine, which has been pronounced by the Supreme Court in Bachchan Singh case. You already know it, and after getting the confirmation from the High Court, they approached the Supreme Court, and that's why we are talking about this case. Now, Supreme Court, after going through the trial court finding and the High Court finding and also the other material evidences and the fingerprint, footprint, all those aspects, after checking those things, Supreme Court also came to the conclusion that they were rightly convicted under section 302. There is no problem in that. And also 449 and 397 of the Indian Penal Code and also section 25 and section 27 of the Arms Act. There is no problem in that. But the only question that has arisen in Supreme Court, that is whether the death penalty will be imposed or not. That is the question that we are going to discuss. Let's find out whether it will be imposed or not. Now, अगर हम लोग डेथ पेनल्टी के बारे में बात करेंगे, आपको पता है डेथ पेनल्टी के बारे में, there are people who are supporting the death penalty and there are people who are not supporting it. There are some retributive perspective and there are some reformative perspective. You know it. I don't need to tell you the jurisprudence of punishment. You know it very well. If you haven't, do give it a reading, retributive and reformative jurisprudence. Now, to find out the balance between the reformative and retributive jurisprudence, Supreme Court found out a way, and that way was under the name of mitigating factors. While deliberating under section 235 of the CRPC and 354 of the CRPC, in the Bachchan Singh case, Supreme Court laid down some principle under mitigating factors कि किस मामले में डेथ पेनल्टी, अगर किसी मामले में डेथ पेनल्टी अगर दिया जाए, these are the factors have to be considered while imposing death penalty. So what are those factors? Basically, let's have a look at it. Now, mitigating factors like whether the offense was committed under the emotional disturbance or not, whether the age of the accused, that has to be checked, he is young or old, also the probability of committing a crime, that has to be checked, or whether the criminal acts of violence would constitute a continuing threat to society or not, that has to be checked. And also whether the probability of the accused, that has to be checked in relation to rehabilitation or reformation. So all those factors alongside whether the accused acted under the duress or domination of another person, that has to be checked, and whether the accused showed that he was mentally defective or the said defective impaired his capacity to appreciate the criminality of his conduct. All those various important mitigating factors have to be checked while passing the judgment in relation to death penalty. Now, the problem comes thereafter. Bachchan Singh case was pronounced in 1980. After that, 42 years have been passed. You can say 40 years. And in 40 years, there is no framework in relation to how these mitigating factors has to be considered, how these mitigating factors have to be collected. As there is no help from the legislature, the trial court and the high court, they found it very difficult to implement this thing, to apply these mitigating factors. That's why Supreme Court has given the responsibility on the state to produce the evidences or the material, to produce the evidences and the material in regards to the psychometric and psychological evaluation of the accused, which is very, very fundamental. And other than that, state को और भी additional information देना है in relation to the age, family background, also the socio-economic background, criminal antecedents. All those other important factors have to be, or data have to be submitted to the court during the trial stage itself, so that the trial court can have a better look at it and trial court can apply the mitigating factors while imposing the death penalty. Why the Supreme Court had taken this initiative? The reason being, the trial court and the high court, time and again in the recent past, they are imposing the death penalty in retributive sense. वो लोग ज़्यादा reformative approach नहीं दे रहे हैं, mitigating factors को take care नहीं कर रहे हैं, and that's why the Supreme Court has set this guideline, has laid this foundation relation to what state has to do to give the data to the trial court during the trial stage. So this is the new evolution in relation to mitigating factors that has been said or laid down in the Bachchan Singh case, that has been given in this case, and that's why this case is important. Now in the conclusion, I need to tell you, after considering all the factors, the Supreme Court here in this case, one very important thing that Supreme Court found out, that the section 235 के अंदर जो प्री सेंटेंस हेयरिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया जाता है एक डेथ कन्विक्ट को, वो नहीं दिया गया था यहाँ पर नेहा, राहुल और मनोज को. एंड ऑल्सो their jail reports are also very, very sound in relation to there were no violence that has been committed on their part, and that's why the Supreme Court have minimized their death sentence to 25 years life imprisonment. So that has been held by the Supreme Court in this particular case. So this is it from my side in relation to Manoj versus State of MP. If you found it useful, like this video and don't forget to share this to your fellow friends and colleagues, and don't forget to subscribe this channel, because we are coming up with the important case laws monthly, weekly, fortnightly, and also the important judgment and case analysis every week. So that will be very helpful for your exam preparation and also overall knowledge gaining. So don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, see you soon.